Okay, introducing on next on my radio show and podcasts. It's lovely to interview the Amie WOODHOUSE joining me, a singer-songwriter
Yes.
based in London. Very nice to have you with me. A warm welcome to you.
Hello. Hi. How are you? Good.
Yeah, I'm good. So, how are you today? And where are you situated at present?
Yeah, I'm really good actually. I've just come home for the holidays, so back to Northern Ireland. So yeah, just at home right now, preparing for Christmas. So all excited.
Great, great to hear it. So, just taking it from the beginning, really. Yeah, when did
hmm
your kind of like musical background begin? Like picking up your first instrument,
hmm
dancing or being on stage.
Yeah. Oh gosh, long, long time ago. Way back when I was like three, I started dancing, and I've always kind of wanted to be on stage, singing, dancing, doing whatever. And I've got a really strong background in musical theatre. I did musical theatre at uni, and that was where I kind of saw my life going. And then it wasn't actually until I said July that I actually thought about doing pop and releasing music, which is crazy to think like it was so soon. But yeah, it's mental.
Great. So it's been a memorable journey for you.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I still have that strong background in my musical theatre and my classical training. And I think that is something that, like, as a singer, you kind of have to
Mm.
kind of be a jack of all trades and not just focus on
Yeah.
one. You have to be well rounded.
Do you feel you have to start young as well and have the fire in your belly to succeed in this business?
I mean, definitely having a fire in your belly is something that's really important, but I don't necessarily think that you have to start really young. I mean, for me that helped, and it's always kind of been in my blood. But I know a lot of people that have kind of never done any performing at all, and then all of a sudden later in life they've decided that that's something that they want to do. But I think as long as you're passionate about something and have a real love for it, then I mean anything can happen really.
Yeah. Sure. And fast forward to today, I just wanted
Mhm.
to mainly get you on my show to chat a bit about your new single. You released it's called Hypnotic.
It
Um,
is.
how would you describe this track? Kind of the beats and the sounds to it and the lyrics, the backstory behind it.
Yeah, it's upbeat, it's pop, it's dancey, and basically the inspiration from it came from I went to watch Troye Sivan in concert in London, and I just love his music. It's so pop, it's so fun, and that's what actually really inspired me to start writing. So Hypnotic's my first single,
Mm.
and I went home one night, literally in the space of half an hour, wrote the lyrics, and then all of a sudden I was like, hang on a second, this is actually really catchy and it's really good, and I need to get this recorded. And I take a lot of inspiration from like 80s music in terms of the backing and stuff. So I'm a massive George Michael Wham fan. I love Wham.
Nice.
And a lot of my music behind all of my songs is actually very much inspired by the 80s and 70s kind of vibes. And that's where Hypnotic really kind of came from. And just the music, there's very much like it's very samey at the choruses, which does kind of put you in almost like a trance, like dance like is what I wanted to go for. And yeah, just it's all about having fun, really, is what it's
Yeah.
about.
In my notes here, I put it's a track that wants to make you get up from your chairs and dance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm. And do you feel like when you look at like the main Billboard charts or the top 40, do you feel that they're kind of missing them ingredients of like having that fun factor, the earworm?
Yeah, I mean, I think, Sabrina Carpenter has been doing amazing with her kind of dance tracks and like kind of catchy songs that she's bringing out. But I don't think there's a lot with that at the minute, and I think it is something that really needs to come back because
Mm.
music for a while, yes, they've all been, some songs have been absolutely amazing, but I think it's just lost that kind of passion that they had, like even like coming into the early 2000s. I think like in the 2010s, post 2015, it kind of just lost the passion for
Mm.
wanting to like just have a little boogie and have a dance and just have fun. It kind of lost that a little bit, and I do think it's coming back again now, which is really exciting. And I
Yeah,
think to be a part of that and kind of bring my songs into it is really exciting as
yeah.
well.
Because you go to a lot of like say, I'm not saying everyone goes to clubs or bars, but when you go out like to a pub,
Yeah,
a lot of the music you hear is like 2000s, 2010s, and it doesn't seem
absolutely.
to you hear the odd track, there's the odd song which has kind of like come through,
Yeah.
but it's just missing just that where the charts were every song in the chart was like a hit.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely think so. Like, I think, a lot of music now, a lot of people are influenced by kind of indie kind of pop styles, and that's great genre. It's absolutely amazing, and
Mm.
I love listening to that type of music. But for me, I think, we're missing that kind of pure pop essence, which I think, the likes of Sabrina and even
Mm.
Chapel Rowan have started to bring that back in. And it was whenever I saw Troye, and Troye's very much that kind of dance pop, like really, just fun music. And that's kind
Yeah.
of what I wanted to bring with my song.
And throwing it back to a Hypnotic,
Mhm.
um, where was this like recorded? Was it recorded in like London or in your
Yeah,
hometown?
so it was recorded in London, in an absolutely amazing studio called Sappho, Sappho Music, and Lawrence, who owns Sappho, he is great with developing young artists, and I literally went into him, recorded the song in 2 hours, which is
Oh,
absolutely crazy to record a song in that space of time, and he was kind of saying, this is really good, like I think you should release it, and yeah, it's a absolutely wonderful little studio. Sam Smith's recorded there, Pixie Lot's recorded there, so it's absolutely amazing. And yeah, to have that opportunity was just insane.
following in the footsteps of some recognizable names there.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
good.
hopefully.
Did you play any like musical instruments on Hypnotic, or can you play like musical instruments?
Yeah, so when I was very, very little, I did a little bit of piano, but I was an extremely busy child growing up, so I just had no time to do it. But I know music theory. I studied music GCSE and A level, and of course at uni with musical theatre. But myself, like I wrote the entire back in myself. I did it literally on like GarageBand on Apple Music, finding loops, playing like bits in that I could record. I've got like a little plug-in that I can play a little bit. So I'm not fabulous, but I can make it work. So for Hypnotic, it was kind of just like playing with sound, seeing what worked. But yeah, I'd love to play more instruments. I wish it was something that I'd kept up. It's really annoying me that I didn't. I played a little bit of guitar back in the day as well, but I can do it. I'm not just fabulous at it, but yeah, that's where I like to play with it a little bit.
That's good. Good to experiment sometimes.
Absolutely.
Um, and what's the feeling like to be featured on like, playlists, on Spotify and have your music reaching out extensively and be applauded?
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. I mean, if somebody had have told me 6 months ago that I would have a song out on Spotify and it was added to playlists and people were listening to it, like I probably would have laughed at them or said some kind of choice words. Honestly, it's just been crazy. Like, and it's a little bit surreal. When it first dropped, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my gosh, that's my face on Spotify. And going into work, and I've seen like some people in work have it on their playlist and they're playing my song, and I'm going, oh my gosh, that's me. Like, it's mental.
That's good. And do you have any part of the world or this country where you like to perform in? Do you have like a special place where you like to like do shows or gigs?
Yeah, I mean, back home, there's always, places you can go to perform. Our shopping centre, local shopping centre, does an amazing thing that's called Rushmere Sounds, and they always feature young artists and, from right down, kids right up to adults, which is really special. And there's always opportunities in London. There's, lots of places to go and busk or little bars that want to feature you. So there's plenty of opportunities for it. It's definitely something I want to get more into, go and perform in some live shows, getting into that a little bit more as well. But yeah, definitely just kind of local areas is what I like to do because support your local places. I think
Yeah,
is really important.
that's good. And start building it up from there.
Absolutely.
Another popular track you have released doing the rounds for you is called The Night Drives.
Yeah, night
Yeah.
drives.
Can you tell me
Absolutely.
just a little bit more about this one, please?
Yeah, so it's, I mean, completely different to Hypnotic. It is more relaxed, absolutely. It's kind of more of a nighttime driving in your car, having just like a nice playlist to go along with and a nice song that you can just sing out to. And I've got a video out for it. Me, my friend Maria, and then one of the guys I went to uni with, Reese, hired a BMW and just shot around London for about 4 hours, which was just absolutely amazing and really fun. Of course, the song's about summer and we shot it in November, so it was a little bit cold, but we managed okay. But yeah, it's about just getting in a car with someone and having a drive and how fun that can be, even if you're not going anywhere. It's just nice to kind of get away from the world and
Yeah.
escape a little bit.
And on Night Drives, people can check out the music video to that on, say, like YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube, absolutely. It's up
Uh,
on YouTube. It's also like little clips of it on Spotify as well. So yeah, it's
uh,
quite cool.
Amazing. Just goes to show that you can create a music video on a small budget.
Absolutely. Like it literally was a camera that I had and my friend shot it and we literally I think I paid like 80 quid for the BMW and that was it. And it's a great video. Me and my friend edited it together on like Adobe Pro and it does it you don't need to spend hundreds of
Mm.
thousands to make a music video, and it does what it says in the tin really. It's just a nice fun little video.
Sometimes less is more.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely.
And you mentioned like some of the musical in styles which have influenced you personally, like say like the 80s,
Hmm.
new wave and late 70s disco to present
Hmm.
day Sabrina Carpenter, Chaperone. Are there any other artists on your radar who kind of stand out for you that you may wish to work with?
Oh my gosh. I mean, absolutely. I think Troye Sivan and even his brother Tide, I love their music and I think they're absolutely incredible. And for me, lyrics are really poignant. And if you've got a story behind it, even though my lyrics maybe don't always show that there's an absolutely amazing story behind it, but I think that's something that's so clever. I would absolutely love to work with Sabrina and somebody. I think Sabrina is just absolutely iconic. But in terms of like British artists, I think Bradley from the Vamps, he is absolutely incredible. And I think seeing him go out on his own and actually have the support of the band behind him as well is just it's
Mm.
absolutely amazing. And there's just so many amazing artists around the world. There's too many to name.
Yeah.
And it's just, there's space for everyone. Everyone has a genre that they can pop into. There's always space for new music and there's always people wanting to
Mm.
discover new music. So yeah.
Thank you for answering that. It's quite, it's perhaps one of the most broadest questions I do put out there.
Yeah.
It's that time of year as well, like, New Year, Christmas festivities.
Hmm.
Did you release a track called Rock for Christmas? Was that you, was it? Oh no. Okay. Would a Christmas song be something you consider?
Absolutely. I mean, I'd love to release a Christmas song. I think maybe next year, something that I'm thinking about, like looking into 2025, I've got another song in the works. It's called Like Heaven. It's very 70s disco vibes. I absolutely love it. And I'm thinking, EPs, Christmas song, absolutely. I think Christmas is one of those times, where music is so important to people. Like you hear any of those Christmas songs, Last
Mm.
Christmas, All I Want for Christmas Is You, Driving Home for Christmas, like everyone has one that they love and everyone has a different reason for loving each Christmas song. And I think to bring one out would be really, really exciting. But yeah, that's definitely
No.
something that's on my cards for next year.
And
Absolutely.
what do you enjoy about this time of year?
Oh, I think just, for me, being at home with my family is the most important. I mean, we've had, a tough year outside of everything. And I think just being at home with everyone together is so, so important. And I'm just mostly looking forward to my Christmas dinner. That's my main thing. I just want
Nice.
I just want
It's
food,
it's
really.
nice to have a bit of respite as well from
Absolutely.
you know, uh, whatever occupation you have.
Yeah, I think it's good to just get away from it all for a little bit, isn't it?
Mm. And you mentioned like the support from your family and friends has been
Hmm.
insane as well. You mentioned like, when they heard your new single, like making the streaming platforms.
Yeah, they were. Oh, my mom especially. My mom was just, being a typical mom, showing it off to everyone, like, oh, look at my daughter, she's doing this, and even my little brother, he's showing it to his friends, and I've got an amazing friend group around me as well, and they've all been so so supportive. And I check in with them all the time if there's anything I'm thinking about. I'm always going, oh, listen to this. What do you think? And I know they're going to be honest with me, and that's something that I like. If something's not good, I'd rather somebody tell me you need to try this instead. And if something's really really good and they say it's good, it means so much more. But absolutely having a supportive network around me has just been
Mm.
the best thing. It really
Yeah.
has.
So it's a rewarding feeling.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you have any strategies that have helped you become, successful on your journey?
Yeah, I think for me, like the biggest one is just talking to people and like going to places. So I went to the Ditto Meet the Music Industry convention in London. It was in the O2. And, there were so many amazing people there, music managers, radio hosts, even like music video producers as well. And just getting out and talking to people and networking is something that's so important because you can't do it on your own.
Mm.
And I think that's something that, a lot of people think I'm going to release a song that's going to be a big hit overnight and it's going to be amazing. And yes, that happens for some people, but that's not how the world works. And I think getting out and talking to people, other artists, producers, even if, you don't work with them right at that moment, like having
Mm.
that contact, because they can then turn around to someone and say, actually, I think you'd really enjoy this. And I think that's the biggest thing is just talk to people, get out there and have conversations because everyone's in the same boat. Like everyone wants to succeed in the industry and, everyone's going to be out to help you. If
Yeah.
there's anything that you can do to help someone else as well, I think it's really important.
So a little bit of networking.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah.
just be nice. I think that's my best
Mm.
one. Like
Mm.
just be polite to people. There's no reason to be
Yeah.
rude.
Yeah, very, very good advice there. Best ask where's best for people to follow you like on social media and any websites or streaming platforms that you may like to share away with.
Yeah, of course. So best place to find me is probably Instagram, and it's just my name, Amie Woodhouse. Quite easy. And TikTok as well, Amie Woodhouse 123. So I'm quite easy to find. My music is released on all streaming platforms. So as long as you pop my name in and type Hypnotic or Night Drive, so whatever one you want to listen to, those are the best ones to find me on.
That's amazing. Well, Amie Woodhouse, thanks for joining me on for a chat. These interviews go really fast, and
So quick.
yeah, they do. Also, for me to do really is preview your new single on my show, Hypnotic.
Yes, yes.
We'll get that on the airwaves now. Amie
Amazing.
Woodhouse joining me on the show with me, Danny, today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.